So who would win, the Shaolin Monk or the MMA fighter? A question that's been discussed many times, and here's my take on it. To answer the question, we have to look at that there's three factors that decide, three aspects of fighting that decide who will win. So there's the technical aspect, the physical aspect, and of course the mental aspect of it. And let's have a look at all three aspects, one in a row. First at the physical, then the technical, then the mental aspect to decide who will win that fight. So first off, we have to make clear that everybody has a little chance to win. You know, anything can happen. You're in a fight, suddenly an asteroid hits your opponent in the head, you win. So a little girl may beat Mike Tyson if the odds are all the way in her favor. It's just very unlikely. So we will discuss who will likely win, how likely it is that this person will win a fight between the MMA fighter or the Shaolin Monk. So first, the physical aspects. We all know a fighter has to be physically fit. So they have to be strong, they have to have a great endurance, they have to be flexible, and of course both of them are highly trained. And it's difficult to decide because there's really two opposites there. Some people are absolutely certain a Shaolin Monk is so much stronger, so much better trained, he will win 100%, and the other people are 100% sure the MMA fighter will win. So the Shaolin Monks have a grueling training, hours per day, 5-6 hours, even more, and from morning to evening they train, they meditate, they read, they have all the physical preparation they can get, and it's proven through the centuries. And they have a very good nutrition too, so we all know Shaolin monks, they are at the absolute peak of physical preparation. And so are MMA fighters. They have very modern training equipment, very modern training methods, and they reach, in my opinion, the same heights. Maybe a bit more, but I think the difference is not great enough to really to really set a winner here. I think both of them are at the peak of what a human can be at physical preparation. The next aspect would be the technical aspect. And here again, some people are like, yeah, Shaolin monks 100%, MMA fighters 100%. And I'd say, you know, the Shaolin monks have those fabulous kung fu techniques and fast kicks. They're quick, they're sharp, they have those amazing techniques that we all know. And MMA fighters are usually more, I wouldn't say simple, you know, I'd say fundamental. But in recent years, we've seen more flashy techniques as well. And again, if you really look at fighting, there's so many different ways to win. So one wins with flashy techniques, one wins with simple techniques. I'd say both of them are at the peak of what's technically possible. Yeah, they might not box as good as a boxer, but they have the overall that's perfect. You know, their kicks are sharp, their punches are sharp, their wrestling, their grappling, their ground fighting, all of it just at the very highest level that is possible through training. So the only thing that's left to discuss is the mental aspect. And here's the great difference. So many people will be like, yeah, the MMA fighter, blah, blah, or yeah, the Shaolin monk, blah, blah. And yeah, of course, the Shaolin monk and the MMA fighter both are at the mental peak of what is humanly possible. But the great difference is, and let me tell you that, the Shaolin monk is a monk. First and foremost is he a Buddhist monk. So very likely he will not compete at all. He will not even show up for the fight. What is to gain for him in an actual fight about money or fame? He's a Buddhist monk, man. And he's a Buddhist monk for a long time. So for many years and years, his mentality is focused towards enlightenment. Controlling yourself, controlling your mind, controlling your body. Search enlightenment. And so he's very unlikely to even fight at all. And here's the MMA fighter. Like, what crazy son of a bee is becoming an MMA fighter? Be aware of it. It's not like just, yeah, I become a carpenter, so make a carpentry apprenticeship and then I'm a carpenter. Or want to become a philosopher and I study philosophy and then I'm a philosopher. You can literally only become an MMA fighter if you are better at fighting other people than all the other people that also would want to become professional MMA fighters. So you have to have an incredibly competitive mind. Your heart and soul has to be in competition, in beating other people. An MMA fighter has to be not just able, he has to be willing to put his health, even his life on the line to gain fame and to beat other people up in a fight. There's an absolutely crazy, over-the-top mentality that you have to even be a good amateur fighter, let alone a professional fucking MMA fighter. So the mentality 100% decides that this fight will be won by the MMA fighter. That's in my opinion, that's the end of discussion. The mentality is so vastly different. The MMA fighter is 100% pure fighter. The Shaolin Monk is a monk. Right? So that was my take on Shaolin Monk versus MMA fighter and why the MMA fighter will win this fight. If you like it, hit the like button wherever it is, and I'm very interested in your opinion. Drop a comment and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and especially more martial arts tutorials and more fitness videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.